What's going on, my lovely Aquarians? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tani Michelle Tarology, and we are not all love, light, twin flames, and unicorns over here, so please keep that in mind. Also, I'm a fellow Aquarian, somewhat. I'm an Aquarius moon, so love my Aquarians. I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, you guys have a lot going on. You guys now have Saturn in your sign, Mars in your sign. Let me know down below how you're feeling about that, how it's been possibly affecting you so far. You got, a lot going on. You've been really having to get a lot more serious about shit. You've also been probably feeling a little bit more pressure, okay, or even a little bit like more detached than usual, or a little bit more distant than usual. And yeah, maybe wanting to kind of like not really be around a lot of people, not really socialize, and really just focusing on yourself, focusing on possibly getting into shape, getting into shape and all of that. So anyways, April 2020. This is going to be a pretty big month for everybody, I feel. And for you guys, it's definitely going to be a big month because Saturn is in your sign, squaring Uranus, which is your modern ruling planet. Saturn is your traditional ruler. So, this is a lot, right? Taurus is your 4th house, so this is definitely shaking things up in the family department, putting a lot of pressure or randomness or random events in the family department, feeling like, you have to, you kind of feel like you want to take your power back in some way, like you want to somehow be more on your own in some way, more individual in some way, instead of dealing with other people. You want to kind of live your life how you want to live it and not by how other people are trying to tell you to live it, if that makes sense. So let's go over your cards. So the first card that you guys had come out was the Death card. So it's funny because Leo got the same thing. Leo got the Death card first, and Leo is your opposite sign. So in this deck, it's labeled Death and Rebirth. So I kind of think that, you've been going through a lot of endings, a lot of transformation, recently, or you're about to this month, It's kind of like something is ending in your life in some way, shape, or form. Then we also have the 6 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, okay? So you could also be getting noticed for something, noticed for some kind of skill in some way, something along those lines, in the beginning of the month sometime. Now, like I said, you're kind of, I feel, looking at your talents. You're looking at your talents, and with Death here, this is really going through some big transformations. You as a person are going through some big transformations. You've been feeling a little bit like your life is out of your hands, unpredictable, uncertain. Like things are a little out of your control in some area of your life, or just in your life in general. By the way, please excuse my nails. We're on quarantine, so I can't go get them done. So you're just gonna have to deal with my busted nails. But yeah, so you've been feeling like your life is out of control, or even like your safety or your protection is out of your control in some way. Okay, and this could definitely really involve family or involve some kind of social situation. Like how am I supposed to be able to, and like protection sounds kind of weird, so that sounds almost a little too intense. I don't want you guys thinking like you're in danger or anything, but more of like, how can I protect my sanity, or how can I protect my energy, or whatever the case may be, right? It feels like it's uncertain. It feels like it's out of your control. It feels like you just, like you don't have a lot of control over it. And now what I'm also getting here is some of you guys could like win something in the beginning of the month, or get, like I said, or just get noticed for something, or, you know, be kind of popular for something. For those of you that are working on a project or starting up some kind of business or something, this could definitely be, you're getting recognized for that, or things are paying off for that, things are going well for that, so that's good. And then you're possibly, shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else about this Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Wands. Something about chance. I'm not sure. You may be put in a situation beginning to mid-month where you kind of have to take a gamble, where you kind of have to take a risk. You have to take a chance to basically somehow try to protect your energy from something that's going on, okay? Now, we do have Judgment after that, right before the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So this tells me, Aquarius, that the universe, the energy, all of that is trying to break you free from something. And it may happen with this Wheel of Fortune here. Things may be uncertain. Something random may happen mid-month that does break you free. And it may seem a little bit scary at first, but you're going to feel relieved. Okay, you're going to feel relieved, just like this Judgment card, because you will have basically control again. Like, it's going to relieve you. And what I kind of always say is like the best way to get back control is to give up control. And that may not make a lot of sense to some of you, but seriously, and it doesn't really make logical sense, but I mean, it does in a way. But like when you're trying, we have the Hermit at the bottom. Like I said, you guys could definitely be feeling distant and shut off from people. But like I was saying, when you let go of something, you regain control of that thing, because when you're trying to hang on to something, when you're trying to cling to control, first off, whatever you cling to, you lose, right? Whatever you resist trying to, or whatever you resist, which by clinging to something, you are basically trying not to lose it, right? Whatever you resist persists. Whatever you cling to, you lose. That's the game of life, right? That's the game of life. That is the game of life, death and rebirth, right? Things end, things begin. And I feel like that's a big theme here for you, Aquarius. So, but when you finally let go, you can see all the options that you couldn't see before because you were in fear mode. When we're in fear mode, we have basically convinced ourselves, we are basically under an illusion that we need to do X, Y, Z, or we need to come up with some kind of crazy freaking miracle to survive. We get into self-preservation mode, okay? And so this kind of thinking cuts off all other possible scenarios because we're looking for a way out. We are looking for a certain outlet, basically. And if that outlet doesn't seem like it's going to work, we don't waste our time on it, right? So when we're in fear mode and we're trying to cling to something, we can't even see, like if you look at this picture here, she can't even see that she is actually being offered another cup. She's sitting here kind of mad that she's got 3 empty cups and here she's being offered a full one. But she can't even see that because she's so pissed off, right? Both of these cards deal with clinging. Both of these cards deal with, you know, control and everything I was just talking about. So Judgment here, it's like you're being asked to open up. You're being asked to be open-minded, to be centered right now. You're being asked to let go of control. And the universe is trying to tell you that you're not in control anyway. Because once you let go of control, then you can see the other options. You can see the other doors, right? And I do see you kind of letting go of control towards the end of the month. She's lighting the damn bowl on fire and walking away. And that's another thing, Aquarius. I kind of get here that there may be someone that's trying to help you. You may have these other options, like this guy's handing her this cup that she's not even seeing, and then she's walking away from the cup on fire. It's like either you're trying to help someone that may be very ungrateful or just not even realizing that you're trying to help them, or this is you. Okay, and either the universe or someone's trying to bring in help here, and it's like being rejected. It's being completely rejected because they want to hold on to their own perspective, their own sense of what they think is going on or how they think it should be. And this is a valuable lesson of like give and take. You can't help everybody. This is a valuable lesson of everything, you know, this is a forever symbol. Everything flows, right? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. There's always a death and rebirth cycle. Things end and things begin. And with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck here, yeah, you even have Justice here at the bottom. So cause and effect, you know, looking at the other side of something, and the Two of Swords, yep. So, you can't help everybody. Sometimes you have to set your own self free, okay? Sometimes you have to set your own self free. So that could be why you're feeling a little detached or a little distant in some way. Let me know down below if that resonates. It is general, so remember it's not going to resonate with everyone. So let's move on to your astrology portion, Aquarius. So, like I said, you have Saturn and Mars in your sign. So this is this is putting a lot of focus on you right now. Possibly a lot of pressure. You could be feeling a little agitated, edgy, forceful, things of that nature, all the kind of Mars themes. Okay, Mars is our masculine energy, our drive, our force, our passion. But it is being squared by Uranus and Taurus in your 4th house. So it's like you want to do these things, or you have this drive, you have this passion, but there's an uncertainty, right? There's an uncertainty. There's some kind of randomness or some kind of shifts going on in the home life. Now, Venus is in the sign of Gemini, which is in your 5th house of children. Also work projects, dating, love, entertainment, etc. So some of you guys could see themes of that this month. You could be working on projects. Like I said, you could get some kind of recognition for something this month. Could be being recognized for something. You could be spending more time with your children, developing some kind of relationship with someone. All of those things. It's very important that you are trying new things, trying new passions, maybe learning something new that you're passionate about. So this Libra full moon happening on April 7th is in a place for you that is all about your beliefs, which, like I said, you could have some beliefs that are hindering you, or some views that are hindering you, some perceptions about things that are hindering you, or some kind of like biases, or, you know, just moral codes, whatever. And that's what this full moon is kind of highlighting for you. It's also going to highlight something to do with your immediate environment, your surroundings, your local environment, your neighborhood, your neighbors, cousins, siblings, distant relatives, anybody that's not in your immediate family. Okay, there could be something going on here with that. And, you know, this could be bringing in some kind of change and, you know, and some kind of dynamic around where you live. And I mean, that's, you know, that could be due to this quarantine or something along those lines. So let's see what else here. Let's go ahead and move on to the Taurus full moon that's happening. Okay, so for the Taurus full moon, let me just bring this up here. Okay, so the Taurus new moon, sorry if I said full moon, the Taurus new moon is happening in also your sector of family, your home life, your past, your emotional foundations, all of that. And it's going to be aspecting Saturn in your sign, okay? And it's going to be right on top of Uranus in your fourth. So this is definitely bringing some kind of change, I feel, to the surface when it comes to your family environment, where you feel repressed, where you feel restricted, or where you feel like you can't be yourself or express yourself how you would like to when it comes to home, family, or just your emotions, or something to do with your past or something like that. There's something coming up here that's been making you feel like you can't be your individual self, making you feel like you don't have freedom in some way, okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like this new moon in Taurus towards the end of the month is going to be all about freedom. It's going to be all about showing you where you're feeling restricted, Aquarius, big time. So, and be careful, because there could be some truths that are coming out around this time as well. There could be some arguments. There could be some things that end up really, really escalating if you start getting into some kind of argument or something. Things could be exaggerated or get really deep and get really blown out of proportion or manipulated. So just be kind of careful around that Taurus new moon. But you're definitely kind of seeing where it's time to break free from a situation. It's time to kind of get out of a situation, okay? So that is what I am seeing for you guys, Aquarius. Definitely let me know if this ends up resonating down below. Thank you so much for your support and watching this video. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.